Welcome to our channel. We are Debbie and Eric, and together we are enjoying life's adventures. We currently work full-time, looking forward to an early retirement. In the meantime, we make sure to take the time to play, whether that is staying close by on our boat or taking mini vacations in the travel trailer. So come along with us as we enjoy life's adventures. So it's a new weekend, and we started out Friday night by replacing the faucets in the head. Get rid of the old 80s style, a little bit fresher looking. Get rid of the white plastic. New shower heads. We did that in both heads. It is a warm one today. Currently it is on the boat 86 degrees. We have all the fans going. I was kind of hoping it would be cooler again this weekend, but nope, no such luck. Once the sun kind of moves, then we can open up all the hatches and let the cool air in, but right now the hatches are just letting in sunlight. It just heats up the boat more. So, I think I'm going to go step outside for a moment. Looks like it's starting to cloud up, which will be a good thing. Could stand the sun to go away for a little bit. Not so much if we were out on the water, but being on the hard, trying to work inside the boat, yeah, you kind of want shade. Well, the settee and the salon are back in order. We finished cycling the fuel. I guess that's what we could call it, right? Now the next thing we're going to do is impeller.
Brake core fuel filter. Let's pull out these seacocks first.
Okay. Looks pretty clear. Sure, we'll just pop in there and take care of the fuel water separator and check the whatever. Check the whatever. It's just
like a true mechanic.
It's never that easy. The widget. It's always something.
What widget are we working on?
What widget are we working on?
Fuel pump. So we got electricity to the switch to the fuel pump, but the fuel pump is not going. And when I checked the positive wire nut, which is down here on the bottom somewhere that I can't see, of course, because that's always the place that happens to go wrong, is the place that you can't get a visual on. Is what I gotta take off. It's a tiny little nut that I'm probably gonna drop down into the bilge somewhere and never find.
Because you can't hold a bowl or anything underneath it, right?
That would be too smart now, wouldn't it?
Here's the Raycor
might not be a bad idea.
fuel filter water separator, and there is a bunch of gunk at the bottom that we want to try and get rid of. So we wanted to add some more fuel to see if that would push it out, and we can't seem to do that right now
Because the fuel pump
because the fuel pump won't pump.
So when we bought the boat, we knew the fuel pump might be an issue, but over the winter, I moved some of these cables around and I got it to go. And I was like, woohoo, I don't have to replace a fuel pump.
Update.
So the pump seems not to be working, the fuel pump. So we're taking it apart. I may have to buy a new fuel pump if I can't fix it. So I'm going to try to take the diaphragm out, see what's inside, see if I can get it to go. If I can get it to go, great. If not, we're going to have to go out and buy a new one. And then I'm going to show them the Raycor fuel filter.
As I had said earlier, we have sludge down at the bottom, so we're going to have to take this whole thing apart and may have to get a couple replacement parts since we're taking it apart. Should be able to clean it. So I'll That's what we're doing now. Taking things apart, putting them back
project
together.
after another. Once you take something apart, you realize something else is broke.
Yep.
So, the good part is by doing this, you get to know your boat better. You get to understand every little working detail of your boat, and that's the good part about doing this. So, the positive takeaway when you do projects like this, don't get discouraged. A lot of times I get discouraged, but it makes you a better boat owner. You'll know if something goes wrong in the middle of the water and you spring a leak somewhere, you're going to know why or where to look. If your engine overheats, you're knowing where to look. So if you're not getting fuel, you know where to look. So I think it helps. So if there's a positive way to spin this, that's the positive. And if you have to replace something, if you have to replace something and it costs a lot of money, know that you're putting something new on your boat.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to replace it for another 30 years. But they don't make things like they used to.
Nope.
So if you can fix it, it's better. But the problem is they don't make parts for this stuff. So let's take this thing apart, see if we can tweak it. If not, West Marine tomorrow.
Here you come again.
And hopefully they got it in stock, because every time I go there, they only have motorboat crap in stock. There's not too many people that sail anymore, though.
At least not up here.
Everybody's a motorboater. They want to just get out.
Well, that's
play
because
volleyball.
our summers are too short, so.
Yeah, nobody wants to go slow. They don't got the time to go.
I don't have the time to go slow. You blink and summer's over.
That's true. Especially like the setup here.
All right,
let's do this.
Well, I think we found the issue. You probably can't see that in the camera very well, but
It's like the gasket melted all in here. All pretty bad. So it's like, I don't know if you can see that, but it's all goop. Let's take it apart, let's clean it, and let's see if we put it back together, if it works. But I don't know if I would trust it after this. But let's take it apart and find out. We got nothing to lose, we just gotta buy a new one. Alright, the true test, whether or not we kind of fixed it or not, we'll see. We had to reuse gaskets, so this is not the ideal situation, but it's the situation for tonight. So let's turn it on.
Well, where is it going to get gas from?
We're getting it from the fuel tank.
Oh, you got that on, right? The fuel tank is on?
Drawing. Should
Starboard.
be drawing from starboard and going to starboard. So they're both to starboard, according to this.
I think we're getting a new fuel pump.
Well, we got it to kick on.
Yeah.
We might be able to get gaskets for it, I don't know. We know how to get into it now, repair it. It was a lot quieter before when I did have it working. At some point it worked. Once I had it on and it worked. So, alright. We still got a drip on the water system somewhere. We gotta figure out. Which I am just tired now and I don't want to do anything else tonight. But it is what it is. I was hoping to be able to crank this engine over. Maybe we'll get the impeller replaced. Let's do that. And I can buy another impeller while I'm there at West Marine.
Okay.
Keep it on board. That's this little box. You want to tackle that project?
Sure, I'll get right on that.
Should be pretty easy.
Did you really just say that? Did you really just say
changed
those
stuff.
words? Oh, babe.
Just Well, what were we talking about this morning? That everything that we've done on this boat, on any boat for that matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's always a project. It turns into bigger than what you thought. or could have
Yes,
expected.
nothing has run smoothly on this boat.
That's every boat channel though, that we watch. We watched an episode of somebody, I forget who it was, but they said the same thing. Once you tear into it, it turns into a bigger project.
Yep.
So, like I said earlier, it is what it is. You know, at least we'll know it's done. And,
Yep. We'll get there eventually. We'll get off the hard and into the water one of these days.
yeah, we'll get there.
All right, on to the next. So it says to clean with diesel fuel only. That's how you can. That's how you're supposed to clean it. Oh, this came out nice and clean. Alright, now it's time to take the top part off and take the filter out. So here's the clean filter.
Yeah. There's an O-ring on here that we gotta take out. But here's what 10 years of sitting on the hard with fuel in the bowl does.
Yummy.
compared
So
to
again,
the new one.
here's the new one. And there's the one that's been sitting in
This
there.
definitely needs to be replaced.
Yeah, just a little.
Shoot. So, yep, we'll replace it with a new one, a new O-ring, and we'll add some seafoam in it. Seafoam is supposed to be good for the injectors, and what I'm going to do is when I start this, I'm going to burn pure seafoam for a few minutes. We're going to put that in both fuel filters, and according to seafoam, you can run your diesel with seafoam, straight off of seafoam. So, and it's supposed to be pretty decent to do to burn off all the carbon out of your injectors. So we're going to do that first. So, all right.
We're back.
So what we're going to do now, this is filled up with seafoam, which is good. Bowl's clean. We filled it up with seafoam all the way up to the top. New filter. I'm hoping that this inline right here creates a siphon for the fuel pump itself. So we're going to turn on the fuel pump now, and hopefully it will go. This line is in from the fuel tank. This line is out. And that line out goes over here to the fuel pump, which goes to the in side of the fuel pump, which is here. And then out goes down to the engine fuel pump. So there's two fuel pumps. That one goes down to the engine fuel pump. So when the engine is on, so that pressurizes the system. When the engine turns on, the fuel pump on the engine starts pumping. And that's what goes in through your engine, through the fuel filter on the engine. So there's two filters. There's one in here, and there's one down on your engine. So let's flip the switch and see what the heck happens to this bowl. We got it on starboard. And here goes the switch.
What should I be looking at?
Probably here. Because it should be sucking from here and going into that bowl, and you won't see anything there. But you might see diesel drawn from the tank into here now. So this might turn a bluish tint.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping.
You are seeing a squirrel?
Should.
Oh.
Not seeing it yet. Probably that gasket and diaphragm and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if West Marine sells a kit just to fix that, or I gotta buy a whole new pump. It is what it is.
It is what it is. We are taking a look at the impeller.
One thing at a time.
All has to be done.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
That's supposed to be that way. One side is supposed to be shorter. It's an this.
Oh.
That's how you get the pumping right here and here. But wow, that is like, there's a blade twisted the wrong way there. Right
Yep.
here. Like half of them go, what the hell? I'm glad I'm looking at this. One thing right after
I
another.
think that's...
I don't think that's right.
No.
All the blades should be in the same direction.
Yeah, not meeting in the middle.
Yeah, that does not look like they're all going in the same direction. So now the question is, which direction are they supposed to go?
Yeah, that's nice. We were hoping to use that for a guide.
Why?
Deep sighs. Deep sighs.
Internet searches again. Thank God for the internet, huh? We would be totally screwed without the internet. Actually, the Perkins manual, we do have the engine manual. That probably tells us which way the impeller goes.
Alright, that's right up here behind me.
Let's
go to the manual. Well, so I totally forgot to turn the camera on. So I got the impeller out.
Impeller looks actually decent. Compared to the new impeller, it doesn't look too bad. So
Probably put in and never ran.
it's probably new. Probably put it in new. Alright, we need some dish soap to lube this thing.
It's up there behind you.
We need to push her in.
Oh, this gasket is really different, honey.
What? Don't tell me it's wrong. Don't be wrong.
I mean, the holes are in the right spot, but it's a lot wider.
Yeah, that's not going to line up, is it? Is there more than one gasket?
Seriously?
Did he buy the wrong one?
I don't know.
So it's not the right gasket. Did that handbook say anything about what the propeller should be?
Everything looks exactly the same,
Except for the hole.
except for the gasket. Alright, well, the impeller we had was actually the correct impeller. It just, for some reason, the gasket was wrong that was in there.
So luckily the replacement that I bought as a spare, which is the newer replacement, had the right gasket.
Mm-hmm.
After I went back up to West Marine to return it, and, oh no, that is the right one.
Alright, so we're lubing everything up,
Put
put it up there in a twisting motion.
So it was this way, right?
I am learning so much these days.
Make sure they're all going in the right direction before I close this up. Screws for this, and I think all we got to do is put the gasket on,
It's up on the island.
put the screws on here, and line it up. I think this is riveting TV.
Riveting TV, honey. I mean, people are just sitting on the edge of their seat right now.
I can't find the hole.
Going, will it start? I don't know. You have to stay tuned for another 2, 3, 4, 8 episodes. Oh, that's right. We're being realistically optimistic. Alright, honey, guess what?
Water colors replaced.
We've got something to check off this weekend. Actually, we've got 2 things. That's it. That's all we can check off in 2 days. Well, as you saw, did not have a very good weekend. Everything we started just didn't go well. But we can cross off a couple things. We did blow out seacocks. And we changed the water pump impeller. And I think that is it. Alright. A little at a time. We'll get there.